This is the Max and Juan Cast, and we're stepping into the war zone.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Step into the war zone.
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 Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone.
Hey, yo, it's Phil.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the War Zone. I'm Joe Morley. That's Mike on the mic, and you already see the two guests we got in front of you. If you want some honest opinions and the stats behind them, these two guys are going to give it to you. They don't care if they hurt your feelings because guess what, guys? Truth hurts, right? Ladies and gentlemen, from the Max and Juan Cast, Max and Juan.
What's going on, people?
What's up? What's up? You are 100% right. I don't give a damn if I hurt someone's feelings. I ain't trying to be mean, but truth's the truth.
The truth is the truth.
I always hurt Mike's feelings, and our audience is used to Mike crying. So if they start crying with Mike, maybe it'll build our ratings up.
Well, I'm Gen Z, so I'm pretty emotional, pretty gentle.
I'm still trying to figure out what, like, if I'm a millennial or not. I hope not.
I think 97 or 96 is.
Oh, I'm good.
So you're probably in the window, right?
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, I'm not throwing ages out there now. I'm done.
I'm on the edge. Yeah,
I'm good there. I'm probably like the old man.
Hey, bro, you can still play in the NFL. Look at Brady.
That's true.
I don't even bring up Tom Brady.
Yeah, we're mad about that Madden cover. I don't know if you guys saw that. They put two goats on there, Brady and Mahomes.
Juan was telling me that people thought it was going to be Aaron Donald. I was like, what? It's Madden, bro. Defensive linemen are not sexy enough to ever get there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was saying TJ Watt. TJ Watt, maybe?
No, come on.
I think it always has to be either like a fan favorite like Odell or
Peyton Hillis.
like okay, Saquon.
Fan favorite?
Yeah, Saquon would have definitely been on it. Without even playing this year, would have been put on Saquon, bro. The kids love him.
They should have put on Juju for all the TikTok dances.
My biggest question is the MVP edition of the game with the MVP runner-ups on the cover.
Facts.
Super Bowl MVP edition.
There you go.
They just get a red marker, right? SB right in front of MVP.
We need to get a Raider on the cover. That's what I've been hoping for.
Bro.
Finally got a Raider fan on the show. What's up, Mike? Say it. Yeah, that's right.
What Raider are you going to put on the cover? Darren Waller?
Yeah.
Hey, Darren Waller would look nice on that cover, dog.
He
Josh
would.
Jacobs?
Maybe in like 2 years.
Cleveland Farrell would be a pretty good one.
Shut up, man.
All right. I'm saying a high pick, won a national championship. They should put Mayock on the cover, and I think Gruden would probably have like the best. Like he's the most known. Well,
Gruden.
Well,
like
first
like
we got to get Kelsey on the cover, and we got to get Tyreek Hill on the cover, and then maybe CEH will be good enough to make the cover by then. And they're gonna throw someone else on there. Mecole Hardman's gonna have a breakout season.
Okay. I'll say something realistic. Legend edition, Charles Woodson.
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
That's your Raider,
like
the Legend Raiders.
Yeah, that's that.
Why not like Bo Jackson?
That's what I was thinking. That was my first thought.
We'll probably see Jalen Hurts on the cover before we see a Raider.
Oof.
No, don't worry. Jalen Hurts won't be on the cover. I'll make sure. I will burn down EA headquarters before that happens.
Get Al Davis on the cover.
Yeah, the ghost of Al. Where he's wearing that like white robe.
If you guys don't know, Max is the Eagle fan. Juan is a Raider fan. So I will be taking shots here and there, but of course I'm a Raider fan, so we take it all the time.
Even though NFL is not in our line of topics at all.
I don't think you guys are going to be a good team so you can figure out like one city and stick to it. Because in like 5 years, you're probably going to move to where's it, like San Antonio Raiders?
San Antonio seems good.
Yeah, you already got this color scheme with the Spurs.
Vegas, baby.
They ain't leaving Vegas. They're not leaving Vegas. We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna win in Vegas. Just to let you know. Put it on, if you got money, go to Vegas. Put it on the Raiders right now.
And go to the club, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a Warzone podcast live from the Raiders club, bro.
I know a guy who works in the club. He said it's really nice. Seriously, I swear.
That's crazy.
They have didn't they make the end zone a club zone?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah. I'm gonna go. Let's see, this is airing on Monday. It's Monday, guys. So I'll be there on Thursday at the Raider Stadium.
Really?
You serious?
Do the tour, bro.
I'll make a vlog about it.
Are you gonna do the tour?
Yeah, I already signed up for the tour, so I'm gonna do that. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
I'll make a vlog. Mike got me into vlogging, I guess. I don't know what that is, but all the cool kids are doing it.
See this? You see this right here? This combo? It's the next Paul brothers duo. Me and Joe. We're gonna be fighting soon. Get ready.
Oh,
I don't know. I have to hold. I gotta grab it and hold the camera right and be like, "Hey guys, I'm at the Raider Stadium."
Take some pointers from Gen Z over here. Get
Make
a
sure you wear,
selfie
like, a
stick.
Pikachu hat
So-
or something.
So
stupid.
if you guys are the next Paul brothers, who's the one that's stealing Floyd's hat? Who's the guy that does that?
That's Joe.
that was like a mic move. You kind of quicker, so that's why I think you were taking. No
Yeah,
offense,
maybe I can get
Joe.
away. I was a cornerback 20 pounds ago, so I got a chance.
Yeah, and I was an offensive lineman, 300 pounds ago. So
That's not how offensive line works, Joe. You're just an offensive lineman still.
anyways, we got some kind of topics we got to talk about today, guys. If this is any indication how the show's going to go, stick around because it's going to be fun, right? Max and Juan Cast, you guys can find them on their own YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter. You guys have a TikTok yet?
No.
We have Vine.
Yet.
We have Vine.
Stop. No, we're on almost everything but Facebook and TikTok. Everything else we're on.
So, I mean, you're not missing much on TikTok, but some of it's fun.
I'm not gonna compete. I know Mike is the TikTok master, bro. He has some great TikToks. I'm not gonna lie. He puts a lot of effort into them, and they pop, bro. So like, if I'm gonna make one, my standards have to be high, bro. They have to be as good as Mike's.
Yeah, you say they're good now. Wait till my kids see them in 15 years. They're probably gonna be like, "What the hell were you doing?"
If you're gonna kiss up the mic, we're gonna have to end this now. So thanks, guys. That's the end of the welcome.
It's actually TikTok boy da 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 da. That's my nickname.
I know the
boy.
TikTok warriors for Mike, bro, be going in on Fridays. I know that.
Oh, they haven't been. Telling you that right now. 3-game winning streak right now.
It's a game of runs.
Well, I want to ask this all around the board. Max, who do you got winning game 7? Nets and Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks, and I think it's not gonna come down to KD or Giannis. I mean, obviously they have to play well, right? You're not gonna win the game if one of those guys plays bad, but who's gonna have the big game? Like, who's the X factor? Like, who's the role player, right? Like, we've seen Kelly Olynyk take over like a game 7. Like, Jeff Green won game 6 in addition to KD. He somehow fell right back down to earth. He has 5 points tonight on 9 shots after having 27. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be close, and one team's gonna have a run in like the 3rd or 4th quarter, and it's gonna be over.
You still sipping that Bucks Kool-Aid, bro?
I'm gonna go down with this shit. I mean, you guys have talked about it. He doesn't know how to play basketball, Giannis. He just kind of forces the issue instead of just letting the game come to him. And the fact that Tony Tucker is screaming at his TV is pathetic. Like, Giannis should know that. He shouldn't have to make a older gentleman like Tony no shots. Just do the right play, Giannis. That's all I'm asking. Is it that hard?
Yeah. I'm rolling with the Nets. I'm rolling with KD. Great players come out to play, and I have faith in that. Even a guy in James Harden, who I know me and Max are very hard on, but I'm going with the Stars. I'm going with the Nets 7.
You're hard on for Harden.
Hard on for Harden.
Man, I'm with you. I'm hard on for Harden too. I feel like Harden showed a little bit more in this game. There still was like a moment or a few moments in there where it was like you should be sprinting and he couldn't sprint. But for the most part, he showed that he can play some offense again, at least at a certain level. So I expect Harden to be a bigger playmaker and a bigger role in this game 7, hopefully, and that should be enough to put the Nets over the edge, in my opinion. I'm a Nets prediction.
No,
you still on the hard on for Harden thing?
No, I'm not laughing. When you said that, I'm going to give you some personal information. My dad opened the fucking door while we're recording, and he just like stares at us. But no, like
as you guys are saying, are you hard for Harden?
No, because I'm going to describe. We're watching the 76ers game, and he literally he comes downstairs. He's like, 76ers are dicking this team right now. He just comes downstairs and goes right back up, and Juan's like, really? I'm like, that's what he does. That's why I was laughing. You made a very valid point, though. I'm sorry my dad ruined that.
He's like, this is your friends. This is what you talk. This is the sports that you talk online right here.
I just felt like it was so ironic that like both of you guys were like, I'm hard for hard, and then he's just walking in like.
So you guys got this whole setup, and this is the conversation.
I know.
Yeah, okay. You guys are talking sports. Cool. Yeah, keep it up, son. Doing a great job.
Should we talk about Harden for like 3 minutes? Like, what percent of himself is he right now? Would you guys guess?
See, I was asking Mike that earlier, and
In this game, he looked closer to above 50%, 55, 60. But in the last game, he was just passing the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he was there. I don't know.
you
if he
think
was
that's 60%?
Yeah, he scored some. What did he score? Did he score 20?
He had 16. I mean, this is a big game, so I feel like he would have scored 16 at 100% healthy.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, this dude is known.
I don't know.
Getting the Ric Flair low blow.
I'm saying he's like 80. I was thinking he was like 80%.
I don't
I don't know
think
about
he's
80.
that high. I think he's under 50%. I would say.
Wow, we got.
I don't see no explosiveness in it. I think that's the big thing. But what the Nets are asking him to do is basically not play Mike James, because Mike James was just terrible in those last couple of games that Milwaukee won, game 3 and 4. So, like, get out there, be a facilitator. That's what we need you to do. We don't need you to be like Harden that scores 30 points. Like, just go out there and facilitate the ball. Because there's just some stuff that he sees that Mike James just flat out doesn't see.
And he knows how to feed Kevin Durant. If anyone knows how to feed Kevin Durant, it's him.
Yeah, but like we said, by the time we air this, we'll be done with this series, and everybody be like, "Dang, these guys were way wrong on this."
I know. Maybe we should give like a hot take and just
We
like,
should.
Yeah, what's your predictions for Game 7 score wise for Harden, and then for people to be like, "Yeah, these guys are idiots. They just wanted to say hard on."
What's your hot take, Max?
Brooklyn's gonna lose. Is that
I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna go this.
Giannis makes a game-winning 3.
Oh my god!
Hot take.
Shoot the game-winning 3.
Or Giannis gets the game's tie. Giannis gets called for 10 seconds on the game-winning free throw. That's a better one. There's gotta be something stupid, right? Like people were like commending Kendrick Perkins for saying like KD gonna have an all-time great game. It's like, yeah, no shit, bro. That's what great players do.
No.
Good call. It's game 6. It's
Yeah.
game 5.
I'm gonna go
Chris
with Pat
Middleton
Connaughton.
goes.
Oh my god.
Pat Connaughton has 30.
Huh?
Pat Connaughton, the guy for the Bucks, he's gonna have 30. I'm calling it game 7.
Didn't even make a shot today.
I'll make Tony Tucker happy. Chris Middleton went for 60 this in Game 7.
Oh my goodness, it's possible.
Thonis actually was the best.
Thonis, his brother, outscores Giannis. Hot take.
There you go.
Harden hits 9 threes. That's mine.
Oh my,
That is hot because this is like a big game for him. You know his legacy needs that.
And all these hit. So if you guys, are watching this on Monday, you guys know that, hey, we made money. We're off. We're not doing this anymore. We all hit money in Vegas, and we're out of here.
Well, imagine the game that would have taken place if Harden hit 9 threes. Connaughton scored, what'd you say, 60? 30?
I think.
30?
30 nugget.
Middleton scored 60, and then Giannis lost the game on a 10-second violation.
There it is.
Jeez.
That's an all-time rating game. Right
All
there.
that took place.
With all the money, we're gonna go on that tour with we're gonna go on that tour to the Raiders Stadium.
Let's talk about Chris Paul and the COVID violations. Are you guys buying that he's done for indefinitely or what? Because I told Mike that it's being blown out of.
I don't think so. I think it's a real possibility that he will miss games. I don't know. This is what I heard. I heard he's positive for COVID. Correct? That's
I haven't read that.
I saw the
that-
news. They said that he's positive, but there's like confusion because he said he's vaccinated, so it could have been a false positive still.
Yeah, I have no idea. All I know is that the COVID protocol is not about how sick you are or anything like that. It's time. It's a time frame kind of thing. So 2 weeks is 2 weeks. That's all I know. And there's a possibility he can at least miss one game. So, I mean, it's real. I think it's legitly real, and it sucks because me and Max would have put money that he's missing game 1 of the Western Conference Finals due to a hamstring or an injury, and we were wrong. It's COVID. Like,
He got COVID in his hamstring, so I think for like 50%, right? I don't understand how they can say indefinite. They can't be like in a week or two. Like, I don't understand why they're saying indefinite. That's what I'm so confused about. And it's like, it's just such a sad way for Chris Paul. Like, he's got the worst luck of any NBA player, I think, in history.
no.
Right? Like counting his bad hamstrings.
What's the chances D-Book puts him on his back though?
Depends who they're. I think it depends who they're playing. If they play the Clippers, and speaking of like random news that like no one can confirm, Kawhi Leonard's ACL injury or knee sprain or whatever they're calling it these days. If they play the Clippers, they're going to win that series without Chris Paul, in my opinion. Yeah. But the Jazz, I think they'll lose it.
I like that one because this is an NBA team that we're talking about, and they don't know. Oh, we don't know if it's messed up or not. Like, come on, you have the best medical staff in the country, and they know.
Such a Kawhi Leonard thing, though. It's like,
yeah, it is.
With the Spurs, when he had like the quad, they're like, it's fine, and he's like, no, it's not. It's Kawhi Leonard, man.
It doesn't sound good because usually when it's not serious, they want to get that out as soon as possible so the fan base and everyone doesn't freak out. But when it is serious, that's when they're like getting second and third opinions, and that's when you start to worry a little bit.
No.
That's what's probably happening right now. They're probably getting second and third opinions on them.
Do you think in that game 5 versus the Jazz, like the Clippers were like, we got to win this one for Kawhi? That's why they came out and played so well? Like, you think that was why they were maybe like keeping it under wraps?
Maybe. I don't know. Paul George came out and played like he had some kind of extra motivation for
whatever Tyrone Lue told him. Like, you got to tell him that again. You got to like write that down. Tyrone Lue, you got playoff P. I haven't seen that playoff P in like 4 years.
I heard he drank some of that Gatorade he had in that commercial. That's why.
Oh my God.
He had some secret stuff.
Is that the one where he's like, I call game?
Yeah.
And this guy's never hit a game-winning shot?
That's game.
The Gatorade bottle is like dripping in sweat.
Yeah. Freaking Pandemic P did not come out to play. Unfortunately, playoff P came out. I mean, congrats to him, bro. He needs it. He needs more games like that. But don't get it twisted, y'all. Like, he is still an underachiever when it comes to playoff performances. Like, one game is not going to change that. And especially because it wasn't even an elimination game. It's very important. Don't get me wrong. No Kawhi Leonard on the road. Impressive. But the amount of games that you've had that you underachieved, like not to mention elimination games, it's been terrible. Like,
one game can make you a Hall of Famer, right?
Nowadays, yeah.
Oh my God. We were just talking about how people were saying Robert Roy should be in the Hall of Fame, and we're just like, well, Wansley, you let him in. And I'm just like, yeah, let a role player in. That's just what the NBA Hall of Fame. You know, I had one good game in high school. I think maybe that could get me in. Well,
let's get into that. All right. We're going to be talking all over the place. What's your guys' opinion on the Hall of Fame in general? Mainly the 3 sports, baseball, football, and basketball. Like, is it too easy? Is it extremely hard? Like, what do you think the Hall of Fame should be?
Baseball Hall of Fame is a joke. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We can get into that later. But actually get into the Hall of Fame, I think it's all political, man. I think there's a lot of good players left out of it. And it's just based on opinions of what me and you could pick a player right now, and you could pick one of the worst players in NFL history, and you can make a case for him. But if you have more pull with the Hall of Fame, he's going to get in.
Derek Carr. Yeah. Okay.
Get him in there.
Like, okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I always tell Max. Off the criteria of what you need as a Hall of Famer to get in and who's in already, like a big example, like the Bus, like a guy like him. Great fan favorite. Like, he's just one of those guys. Like, you can't talk about NFL history without mentioning the Bus.
I think you can.
Some people say you can.
I can.
But I mean, other guys are in there, like Gale Sayers. He's in there. He barely has any stats or games.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah. So like, there's just multiple guys. So the way I see it, okay, well, since those guys are in, these guys should be in. Exactly. Like, that's the way I see it.
I think that they need to come out with a criteria list. You have to hit these check marks. Now, they can blur those lines and blur those, they can make it like impacted the game in a certain way. Now, we can define that differently amongst people for the voting still. But like come up with a list of criteria to be considered for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because think about it. This whole like Phillip Rivers situation, whether he's going to get in it or not. I think eventually he will, just because he's a quarterback that was in the NFL for that long, has the numbers. At a certain point, the NFL is going to run out of quarterbacks to induct that are retired, and they're going to have to start inducting your Phillip Rivers, inducting your Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Exactly.
Ben's a lock, and Eli Manning, they're locks. But
Like,
are we gonna go 10-year gap with just Tom Brady getting into the Hall of Fame from that whole era where Mahomes, and if Watson can get out of his trouble, and Murray and all them are going to be in charge of the NFL? There's going to be a 10-year gap where no quarterbacks go.
Yeah, I get you 100%. Like as far as what it is now, so many guys should get in.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I did heard recently, I didn't tell Max this yet, but I'm a big fan of I Am Athlete. I watched their podcast with Brandon Marshall and Chad Ochocinco. Anyway, they had Prime on there, Deion Sanders, and he was talking about the Hall of Fame. And he kind of just said it like, hey, even though we have the Hall of Fame, don't get it twisted. Like, there's a Hall of Fame inside the Hall of Fame kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's a higher level of certain guys that like everyone's just ranked higher, and those guys kind of just know it. Like, you have your lower tier Hall of Famers, and Deion was like, but yeah, you have your higher tier guys. Like, we're always talking about stuff like that. So maybe that's a way to look at it. I never really looked at it that way, but it's no doubt in my mind that the players in the Hall of Fame think of it like that.
Yeah. There's
You're
a
in the
difference.
Hall of Fame, but you're not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, it's you're right, 100%. It's like Tom Brady. Like, for as much as I dislike Tom Brady, he has all the achievements. He's 100% Hall of Famer. Does Eli Manning deserve to be in the same room in the Hall of Fame as him? I don't think so. Like, I know you got him twice in a Super Bowl. Good shit. You have 8 playoff wins in your career in 2 seasons, and he had 2 like playoff runs. I remember one was arguing. He's like, he's got some wins. I'm like, he got two runs for a Super Bowl.
Now, is this coming from an Eagles fan perspective?
No, I really don't think, like, if you're not an elite player at your position for like at least 5 years, in my opinion, I don't think you're a Hall of Famer. And
that's what hurts me about the whole Phillip Rivers conversation, is because Eli Manning is going to get in the Hall of Fame, and it's almost unarguable he's going to get in. Like, we can say that he shouldn't be in, but he's going to get in by their standards.
Yeah.
And Phillip Rivers might not even get a look. But Phillip Rivers was the better quarterback than Eli Manning. His entire career just wasn't in the right spot at the right time.
I would agree. Like, about almost 50% of it is because of his last name.
Oh yeah, it's like you said, it's a politic. Not you, but I mean, it's like a politics game, like you guys said. It's 100% who you know, like how you do shit. Was it T.O. wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, right?
No,
I don't think he was.
Nope.
Yeah,
He was not.
that's the biggest travesty.
Yeah.
Like, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. It's he's a jerk. But was he a Hall of Fame player? 100%.
Yep.
That's the problem with the Hall of Fame. They make it too easy, and they take pity. Like Gale Sayers, great guy. I understand it sucks. You hurt your knee in a time where they didn't have medical technology to fix it. That's a tough look. You shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Sorry, you played 2 years.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's
They
like the
got to
guy
find a way.
Who's the guy who died of cancer with the Browns? They made the movie about him before Jim Brown or whatever. It's like putting him in the Hall of Fame. It's like, you didn't even play in the NFL. It's unfortunate. Let's put Len Bias in. Let's put Len Bias in. He had a great college career.
I mean, the
that's
NBA
what people
Hall of Fame is even worse.
Oh my!
People are fighting for
because
Julian
it's the-
Edelman right now to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'll get up and walk away right now if you guys say Julian Edelman a
No,
Hall of
I don't
Famer.
think he is. I found a lot of wide. That's what I who did I ask? I asked I asked somebody. I go, so Ricky Prohl from back in the Rams day should be in the Hall of Fame? Is that what you're saying? Like, come on, guys.
Wes Welker.
I think it's like what Mike said. Like, what the standard is now is what the problem is. So many guys have gotten in who should not be in the Hall of Fame.
And that lowers the standard. That's
and
the
it lowers the
problem.
standards, and a lot more other guys get in.
Yeah.
And it should be like the Hall of Fame should be reserved for the all-time greats.
Exactly.
Not to the point like Joe Morley said with baseball, with just super hard to get in at any point.
Baseball's a joke.
Yeah. But it's just tough, man. Like, basketball is even worse. Like, basketball, it's all around. It's women.
Oh my
it's
God.
world. Like, you can get in for being
one good year.
no,
in
not even
basketball.
that. I mean, they have different kind. Like, Yao Ming didn't make it as a
He
player.
made it as like a
necessarily.
contributor.
Yeah.
But like, how many people are like Yao Ming where they bring basketball to like 2 billion people? You know, that's a special circumstance.
Yeah.
So you were saying Hall of Fame's for elite of elite, right? You just said that.
I said it should be.
Okay, if it should be, should Frank Gore be a Hall of Famer?
I knew you were.
I just want to know. I want to ask these two guys who are a lot smarter than you. I'm curious what they think.
It's tough. It's tough because he's gonna have the numbers to be in there. But like St. Philip Rivers is top 10 all time in numbers. Is he a top 10 all time quarterback? No, not even close.
I think the quarterback numbers are even worse because no one threw the ball back in the day.
Exactly, exactly.
But like they ran the ball.
You're basically asking, does longevity get you in the Hall of Fame?
Can you be good for enough years where guys who've been great? Like, would you rather have AP or Frank Gore for a year? Everyone's gonna take AP.
Yeah.
Because the high was higher. Frank Gore was steadier. Like AP's probably like this, right? Like Frank Gore's just like, but you never reach that point. That's why I wouldn't let him in. Is he amazing all time? Is he a legend? Like, I feel like there's a difference between a Hall of Fame player and a legend, like an NFL legend.
See, I never thought about Frank Gore, and now that you put it in my head, I'm thinking, and I'm like, he's gonna get voted in. I don't think he is, but he's gonna get voted in.
I would say I won't have a huge problem with Frank Gore. Like, I think Jerome Bettis. I think he deserves more than Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
First instance.
You know who's a good comparison? I actually did this on the Sports Me app. Who's more guaranteed to get into the Hall of Fame, Frank Gore or Marshawn Lynch? Because they're kind of like the same amount of years, like they played in the same era, but one of the guys have steady numbers and the other guy has
just gaudy.
Yeah, God numbers, but he did have bad seasons.
Yeah,
like what Lynch has going for him. Lynch has that run in the playoff against the Saints that they'll always show.
Yeah.
He also has that non-run as well. That non-run in the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Always show.
That, and like he has the beast mode around him. Like Frank Gore is not that known. Like, take that all out of your head. Like, imagine it like player A, player B. Like, who are you picking?
I would probably put Gore over Lynch, but they got to figure out a way to like I said, build a criteria. But there's a difference for the Hall of Fame between an all-time great and just a great of that time period.
Oh, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Matthew Stafford should not be in the Hall of Fame.
It's all in context. It's like we bring in a Phillip Rivers so much, but like that's a big thing with quarterbacks is you have to put it in context to a point where, okay, well, what era were they playing in?
Exactly.
Where did they finish off? Like Frank Tarkenton was a great quarterback on where he left off at. You look at his numbers now, it's nowhere close. Like Kirk Cousins. If you would look at Kirk Cousins and Frank Tarkenton's numbers, Kirk Cousins is the elite quarterback.
It's like 3-point shooting numbers that guys put up now. It's like, oh, Steph Curry, bad example, but like Jason Kidd when he retired was third all-time leading 3-point shooter, and he couldn't shoot for 15 years of his career. That's like what it is with passing yards. Like no one was throwing the ball. Yeah. So Phillip Rivers comes in, he throws 4,000 yards 12 times. He's the 5th best passing quarterback? Not really. And when you were talking about criteria, Mike, here's what I think is the problem. So I'm sorry, you hit the mic, damn it. So you have 10 points to get into the Hall of Fame. Let's just say you have to get 10 points, right? I feel like the problem is you can have like one good year, that's a point. But then you win one Super Bowl and that's like 5 points towards the Hall of Fame. And it like skews it so bad.
No, especially quarterbacks.
And I know a Super Bowl is important, but it's just like it kind of gives guys the out. Like Eli Manning took away one Super Bowl. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't have to be Dan Marino if you don't have a Super Bowl. You shouldn't have to be
exactly
top, 5 all-time player. Yeah. If that's what we're gonna do, if we're gonna let guys in, we're gonna
that's the problem
with it.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I like what you guys. I like the. I think we're focused. I like it. I like the NFL topic, the Hall of Fame one, and like you just brought up Marshawn Lynch and Frank Gore. And I know that we all of us are like, probably Frank Gore because of longevity. But then I'm looking at it now. Who do you think has more touchdowns between those two?
Marshawn
Lynch.
Marshawn
Lynch still, and he played 100 less games.
That's surprising. Yeah. See, that changes it a little bit.
So that kind of, what do you take? Do you take the yardage?
If you really look at Frank Gore's numbers, they're not that impressive. Like Max said, it's literally like a steady line.
Yeah, when he was at his prime, he just stayed like slightly above average.
Yeah,
and I feel like every position has a different like I feel like you have to have a certain amount of good years, and every position is different. Like running back, it should be like 4 or 5 really great years because the nature of running back position, it's brutal, right? Like we see guys like shout out to Todd Gurley, probably gonna get in the Hall of Fame for like those 2 good years.
Derrick Henry.
quarterbacks do what Todd Gurley did, and it's like, oh, it's off
They
a
say
cliff.
his knees are already in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no, his knees are back in LA.
I'm just waiting for the arthritis pain medicine
That he's sponsoring.
Yeah, for
Hi,
Todd Gurley.
I'm Todd Gurley. Your knees hurt.
Have you guys ever seen like an older NFL player walking around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Have you seen Earl Campbell walk around?
Oh
It's,
my.
like, saddening.
Yeah, that's like you see them, like you know that they're in pain every time they take a step. It's like that's what
Like
they get
early.
paid the big money for, though.
For the years
talking
they
about-
shave off.
Huh?
For the years they shave off, they get paid big money.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's worth it.
But
to
those
you.
guys will do it again. They love it. You know, that's what they would dream of. Like, if you told me I could be Todd Gurley for those 2 years, I'd probably do it. Wouldn't you guys?
If
Then
you
you
told me I could be
retire.
Todd Gurley on the Falcons last year, I'd do
Oh
it.
my god! All right, now
Get your 2 years. Get your
I'm not
bank,
that low. I'm not that low on my self-esteem.
Get out of there. That's what I would do if I was an NFL player. I would get my one contract and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Who was the linebacker that did that a couple years ago for the 49ers? Borland?
Oh, dude, we got our Niner fan Joey.
Oh,
that pains him
man.
to this day. Air Borland. That's
Air
his,
Borland.
Oh, he looked
That
like he was going to be a
offseason-
beast.
That offseason for the 49ers is so legendary. I
Oh,
swear.
yeah. Because
Patrick
Patrick
Wilson's
Willis,
big toe
Yeah.
fell off.
they
Navarro
had-
Bowman's on the mend. Can't even play.
they had like another D lineman that was really good back then, too. Big,
Ray
like a Jared
McDonald,
Allen
yeah.
kind of guy.
Yeah, Ray
Bruce
McDonald.
Miller even had his goals.
Alden Smith had his
Alden Smith.
Alden
Yeah.
Smith run.
Oh.
How do you like that flashback, Niner fans?
Hey,
Huh?
look, it was even great. It was greater, guys, because I know just looking at it from like if you're a 49er like hater, you know what I mean? Like you love it.
Oh, I know
You
what you
love
mean.
to see it. Yeah. We literally had a Niner fan in our ear talking about, bro, our window's open. Like we have a 3-year window. We're fine.
don't worry
We're
like
gonna
that.
keep on winning, bro.
Just
And
cut
then
it.
just like every day we're talking to him, bruh, what happened to Bruce Miller? What happened to all, like every day was something. And then like Borland retires and it's like, what the hell is happening to your team right now?
The window slammed shut when the lights
Yes.
blacked out at the Super Bowl.
And you know, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he got hyped when Derek Carr tore his broke his leg. He got hyped when Carson Wentz tore his ACL. We returned the favor though when Jimmy G went down. He literally said one night, he's like, "Please stop."
Yeah, I know. We were literally going so hard at him. He was just like, bro, I get it. Just stop.
I'm
Just
sorry.
stop,
He's like, "I
please."
was wrong."
Every sentence, I swear, I was like, hey, Jimmy G broke his leg though, man. Like, you know, I was like, you asked for this, bro. You were laughing in our faces when our quarterbacks went down. Look how it
Man.
feels.
That's tough. I remember when Derek Carr went down.
I was
cried
sad,
that
bro.
day.
It was one of the saddest days of my life.
And even watching the footage of him knowing, like right on the field, he knew it's broke. It's broke.
Nah.
He's yelling it.
I try to break it down for people. I mean, even a guy at my age, man. I know Joe's a lot older than me, so
Wow, shots.
So I mean, but Joe's seen, he got to witness like the 2000 team. You know what I mean? I witnessed it. I was alive, but I was a kid. I didn't understand football. I didn't get to enjoy it as a super fanatic fan that I am now. So I can only imagine. And when I put it into context for people, when I tell them like, yeah, I'm a Raider fan. I've never seen a winning season in my life. And this is the first season that they even win and go to the playoffs, dramatic wins. And you wait for that. And the second to last game, your quarterback breaks his ankle and the season's derailed. The first playoff game you ever get to see as a fan that you've been waiting for like 15 plus years. You have to watch Connor Cook play at quarterback.
Somebody put
that
the
was
sad
really-
music.
It's tears, bro.
Put the sad music,
draw
make it
the-
black and
The
white.
sad violin right now, bro.
That
Like,
would've been
Connor
really-
Cook couldn't even play in the XFL. That's how bad he was.
Yeah.
couldn't
He
even
was
start in the
terrible.
XFL.
That was a really sad story if you weren't a Raiders fan.
man, it was a bad year, dude. But like,
Whoever's editing this, please put the sad music right there.
Zoom in on Juan's face, please.
But no, I was in high school, so I got this. I was in high school when they went to the Super Bowl with Bill Callahan and
yeah,
and all that, and you know, it wasn't that great. I'm telling you that right now. It was cool that they won those years,
yeah,
but we had the tuck rule.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, jeez.
Then we had the blowout in the Super Bowl, which
that was bad.
I'm cool. Like I love what I've done this with the Dodgers a couple of times where I'm watching them and they lose. Like like I've always wanted to see my team in the Super Bowl, and I've always wanted to see the Dodgers in the World Series. Seen them both, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen them both lose it, and I think losing is the worst feeling.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I tell Max all the time. I mean, I don't know what I'll do if the Raiders won the Super Bowl. I will go absolutely nuts. I'm by far more of a fan of the Raiders than I am of any other team. I'm a diehard Raider fan. I get mad, I get angry, I get to the point where I want to cry sometimes. I'm a fanatic, bro. I love the Raiders.
I asked Juan if he would jump out of an airplane if it was like 50% chance the parachute opens or doesn't open for to own the Raiders. He's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. I was like, what about the Raiders winning Super Bowl? Would you jump out the plane, parachute, like 50-50? He goes, I'll do it.
I would
no hesitation.
I would still do it. But look, I'm a spoiled fan when it comes to like basketball, because me and Max are both Laker fans. We're spoiled. We're spoiled rats, bro. Like, come on.
Rats? I gotta be a rat. Jeez.
Max, what did you do when the Eagles won the World Series? I mean, the Super Bowl, the World Series.
Well, I'll put it like this. That Niner fan in my life was very non-appreciative of my team's success. Are you familiar with the catchphrase SMD?
Oh,
I called one in that guy and repeated it repeatedly at them. I was so happy because they were like writing us off, and I was like, we're gonna. Also, the way we won was I was like, we're gonna have to play defense, and then all of a sudden Nick Foles turns into like Tom Brady's kryptonite. So I was so excited. I ran around the house. I was so happy, dude. I was like, especially being an Eagle fan, watching us losing every NFC Championship game ever.
Yeah. You know,
I had like no expectations, which was good. I was like, we're gonna lose this game. Like backup quarterback, no Carson Wentz. And it was like the way we were playing too. I was like, oh my God.
But do you remember what Joey said to
you guys aren't that good. You guys aren't that good.
Imagine winning the Super Bowl.
Like, what?
And you're so much of a hater that you're so like blind, and you're like, you know what, bro? Even though you guys won the Super Bowl, you guys are not the best team, bro.
Don't matter.
He didn't even say that. He said, you guys aren't even good.
Yeah, you guys aren't even good. Like straight face, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna call you Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
He's like, you guys don't have one good line, like unit besides your D line. I'm like, are you serious?
Like, bro.
That Super Bowl is one of my favorites because I don't know if you guys know, I was in the military before I started doing this, and I was overseas and everything on a ship and doing all kinds of port visits. Anyways, we pulled in to Singapore on the day of the Super Bowl. And one of my best friends out there was a diehard Eagles fan, but we had no internet. So he had no idea what happened in the playoffs. He had no idea the Eagles were playing in the Super Bowl. He finds out when we pull in, and our boss told us, like, no, we have to work. We're not going to be able to go watch the game. So, like, we pretended like we were working, and then we snuck off to the subway that was at the end of the pier. And there was like this little tiny TV in there, and we had them change to the Super Bowl. We watched the whole game, showed up later. And our boss was like writing us up, obviously, because we just ditched work for the entire day. And they asked people, his name is Charles, like you led this, didn't you? Because he's like the highest ranked out of all of us. And he just straight up said to him, I don't give a single fuck. Write me up. We won the Super Bowl. And he started like dancing and yelling.
Would you give a damn?
It's a nice feeling, bro. It's a very nice. I can't lie. Like, I know Mike's never gonna get to experience it, so I'm just gonna let him know. Like, it's real nice, bro.
I was actually gonna ask Mike how it felt when the Chargers won the Super Bowl, but
never won another one. I'm sorry.
It's coming.
No, they haven't won one. They're not gonna win one ever.
Man, look at this fake fan with his New Jersey one. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. No, we don't want to have this thing where like they always cut the fans, especially for like good teams. Like, oh, look in New Jersey. It's like of course all these fans. No, that's a nice jersey. I know you ain't no fake fan.
Mike has a Doug Flutie Charger jersey.
Oh, that's
bro. Mike has a good little collection, bro, of jerseys.
I do have a lot of jerseys.
My favorite's the 21 right there in the back.
Yeah, it's me. Don't have a single Raiders jersey though. That's the only one that I can't find because no one donates those jerseys. They just burn them.
Yeah, I remember I was on your guys' stream. You were talking about you almost bought the SAP one just to burn.
If you live so close, you know the community thrift store?
Yeah.
That place is a jersey gold mine.
Really?
I get like 3 every time I go.
You're talking about the Salvation Army?
No, not Salvation Army. It's down the street a little further. It's over by like Grand.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm giving out like where
and like Glendora and stuff. Yeah,
this is where I used to live when I was in my
past. Yeah, Joe. Remember that time we went to Bakersfield together? It was pretty cool. Yeah, so you guys can have a moment.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, okay, cool. Yeah, we know that thrift store, Mike. Yeah, right there.
I got a Peyton Manning jersey there. I got a college
think he's going.
Barry Sanders jersey there. Two big finds.
Yeah, I went there too. We go there.
Yeah.
It's right down the street.
That was dope.
Walking distance.
Got a Kwame Brown jersey there. They got a lot of Kwame Brown jerseys back.
Kwame Brown is a popular one here.
Look, but look, we're going all over the place. I would love to hear what's the worst player jersey that you guys have. Mike, you go first because you got the biggest collection.
Let's see. Man, I think. Well, can we eliminate their college career?
Mike, sit down.
Their NFL career. There you go.
Vince Young.
Oh,
That's a vintage one though, bro. That's vintage. Oh,
That's not a bad one. I like
It's
that.
not a bad one, but
Oh, that's a good one.
like, the
Yeah.
rest of them are like Hall of Famers and stuff. The next,
So
like,
the
lowest
21
one
is the worst
would
one.
be Dame Lillard. I saw a Warren Sapp Raiders one there, and I just left it there.
You should have bought that and just sent it to Juan so you could cry into it.
Joe, what's yours?
Oh no, I
please,
got the worst one.
please tell me, Joe, you have a Jamarcus Russell.
No, I don't.
This is the worst one in my collection by a lot.
Oh yeah.
Fumble
Oh,
line
yeah,
is
yeah,
four.
yeah. Yeah.
I actually don't buy jerseys anymore. I used to, but I stopped doing it because every time I'd buy them, the player would suck or get traded or something.
From Marty.
So I've had 2 Raider jerseys that have been horrible. One, number 84, Jerry Porter. I don't know if you remember.
I see a lot of Raider fans. Hey, I give you prop. Look, I love that though. I love going to Raider games and seeing people with vintage jerseys or vintage hats, shirts, whatever the case is. It just shows how like the longevity you've been of that team. You know what I mean? Like, it's
You
dope.
spent
Like
the money.
yeah, and but it's dope though. Like I get it. You want to rock like the new stuff, but like to me, I don't see no problem with like a person wearing a vintage jersey.
Here,
I don't know if you'll know this name, but I had a number 58 Napoleon Harris jersey.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I don't know if people
That's
are
a
watching.
classic, bro.
Joe, if you could
Napoleon
have,
Harris was traded for Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Joe, if you could have one Raider jersey right now, who would you take?
On the current
team.
roster.
You can't take Cleveland Farrell though. They're all sold out.
Shut up.
Okay.
You know, I was actually thinking about it the other day, and I was going through, and I was like, man, who would I get?
It'll have to be Waller.
Damon Arnett.
Waller.
I do like Arnett. I don't know. I do like Arnett.
Who, if you had to pick one to be your cornerback one, would you take Trayvon Mullen or Arnett?
I think they're both cornerback twos, but I'll probably pick Trayvon.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mullen
back to the
would
jersey.
be my pick too. Dang. I don't know. I kind of the jersey that I would probably buy because I don't like buying the jersey that everybody has.
That's what I was gonna say. I would
Facts,
rather
facts,
have like a Brandon Graham jersey than I would rather have like a Carson Wentz jersey from like a couple years ago.
I made the mistake. Look, I got the duo, bro. I got a Mac jersey and a Cooper jersey still.
I was gonna say
I'd
you didn't
burn
walk
that
around
Cooper
with the
jersey.
Janikowski jersey because that was a popular one for a long time.
I almost look. Max gave me so much flack because the one guy I was thinking about buying.
Can I guess it? Is
No,
it still
you
Lamar
know
Houston?
it. You know, no. You know it. It's a
Oh.
guy of the current team, and he asked me the same question about like a year ago, and he's like, "Bro, like I want to get you a jersey. Like, what jersey would you want for the Raiders?" And I was like, "To be honest, Ronnie Hudson. I would love a Ronnie Hudson jersey. It's original, like no one else. I've never seen someone with a Ronnie Hudson jersey. He's great. He's an All-Pro. Like he's one of the best centers in the league. I would love to have that traded."
Get him an Alex Leatherwood one.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a nice one.
What
Yeah.
a choice that was.
See,
Theo
I'm-
Moore?
The one in my mind right now is I want a Brian Edwards if I had to pick one.
That's a good
See,
underrated one.
that's what I like though. It's like people that don't pick like the Justin Herbert jerseys. I'm not saying any shots at people.
I got
no.
a card jersey.
No,
I got a card jersey.
I don't think
Not
that's
saying
but-
that people that own Herbert jerseys are dumb or anything,
Yeah, no.
You can tell that I
but
make
they
bad
can't think for themselves.
You can tell I make bad purchase. I have Melvin Gordon in there. That
You
was a
also-
terrible purchase. I ran out and got that his rookie year. That's 28. So
But back on the question, probably the worst player I have. I mean, he wasn't really a bad player, but just a random jersey. I got a Mark Brunell jersey, Jaguars.
Oh, that's
Classic.
not. That's not a
it's
Redskins one. Oh, sorry, that's not a team anymore.
Not a team, bro.
You know, you
Formerly.
just crossed the line. You can't say that.
I know. Sorry.
we're hard for Harden.
I don't know who's my worst jersey. Oh, it's Kuzma. Yeah, but I
You have a
picked
Kuzma
that.
jersey for real?
Let me. Can I explain the? This is like when they were a good young team and they were like talking about trading for AD, and I was like, Bet they'll keep Kuzma. I'd buy his jersey because he's the worst one. No one would want him. That's why I bought it. I didn't want to buy a LeBron jersey or like I wanted Ingram, but I was like, he's getting traded.
I'm low-key. I mean, I was kind of holding off until he switched his number, and he finally is. He's going to switch to 6. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't buy a LeBron jersey or an AD, because I would like to have both of their jerseys, but I knew they were going to switch their numbers, which they are this year.
That's so smart because I have 4 LeBron jerseys.
Which ones do you have?
I have like this camo, like salute the troops one, and then I have the yellow one. I have a purple one, and then I have a white one.
Oh, nice!
You got the full.
They all come in.
Are you that guy that meets the player? In
3 out of the 4 came in jerseys, though. So
yeah.
People probably didn't know I have a bunch of LeBron jerseys already, and they just kept piling them on.
Yeah.
Are you the guy when you meet the player, you're wearing like all 18 of his jerseys?
I don't probably be the guy if I met the player to have him sign the jersey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mike's the guy that's wearing, when he goes to watch the 2 teams play, he's wearing both of their jerseys.
Oh, just in case.
So in case whoever wins, he has that.
It's
jersey.
like the half home, half away.
Have you guys ever seen that picture of the guy who had half? I think it was the mayor of Carson, who had half Raiders, half Chargers. When that whole Carson deal was going on, I was like, bro, burn it. You should never. Doing? This is a disgrace, bro. What are you doing?
The only way that that's acceptable is for like the parents when they have 2 kids playing in the pros.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And even then, you're bored.
Kind of cringe.
Yeah, like dad, you wear one, you wear the other. Mom, there you go.
Yeah, that's the
I
right
think
way
like
to go.
Curry's parents used to do that. They like one parent would wear it, but that's okay. You know, if you had 2 kids in the major league sports, bro, do whatever you want, man.
Exactly.
Don't let me tell you.
Shout out to LeVar.
No.
Wow.
LeVar would never wear Lonzo's jersey. LaMelo's the
no big baller brand.
LeVar beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1, huh?
Allegedly.
No, he would beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1 if he's on, but Michael Jordan was scared back in the day.
This has been great. We went totally off, but let's try to reel it back in just a little bit. Let's try to get ourselves out of a sticky situation and right back into another one with the MLB pitching substance that comes into effect, which is today, Monday, right? Because it's Monday, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh my
Trevor
God!
Bauer came out. Trevor Bauer made a big old video about it, holding the ball. It was actually pretty cool. Carlos Rendon of the White Sox came out and called out Commissioner. What's his name? Manfred.
Rob Manfred.
He has no respect for that commissioner at all. I called him out, saying if you would have punished the Astros, then maybe nobody would be cheating as much as they are now. But it seems like everybody's doing it, right? Your guys' thoughts on this situation that's starting?
It's a joke. It's a joke how they handled it. How are you gonna? Well, in the beginning of the year, they're telling everybody we're just collecting balls for data. Then we're gonna make a decision, and then now they're enforcing it. And there's a pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays, Tyler Glasnow. He's one of the probably better pitchers in baseball. He tore his UCL, which is basically like the ACL of your elbow, like important if you're a pitcher. And he was saying, well, I had to grip the ball a certain way and I wasn't used to it because I couldn't use the sticky stuff and I just lost my season. That's what he thinks. And he's right. Trevor Bauer's right. Like he made a show on, like he combined the Reisenbag, whatever you call it, with the sweat, and he's like Spider-Man with the ball. And it's like, and I'm just going to see that and kick him out, and he did nothing wrong. It's a joke. Rob Manfred's an idiot. Can't even punish a team that cheats. It's essentially like if the NBA team made the other opponent hoop smaller and was like, oh, wow, why is I missing so many shots? It's a joke. You said it the best, Joe.
Yeah, and like Bauer said, there's no rules, there's no policy, there's nothing going on. He said, what if I give a high five to Justin Turner, who everybody sees has pine tar all over him? You know, what if he wearing sunblock and he sweats so much and it goes onto his hand and the umpire, and we already know major league umpires are biased as hell and they want the show to be about them. Imagine Joe West throwing somebody out of the game now. Angel Hernandez gets mad because you're mad.
Oh my God.
He just called one of the horrible balls and strikes, and you don't think he's going to call somebody out just because of that? Just because he sees a ball stick into his hand? Like, and there's no appeal process. No appeal process. It's 10 days. You're gone.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
10 days. Next time it's probably going to be 20. They're probably just going to stack it up, I don't understand why baseball does this thing where like they're trying to be like proactive, but they're not being proactive in a sense.
It's why they're the worst league out of the 3 major ones.
And I think Bauer brought this up too. If they get that 10-game suspension, they can't fill behind you either.
Mm-hmm. So basically, yeah, exactly.
What if you lose like 3 pitchers in one game because something happens? There's like, something that got on the ball, or I don't know. Now you're down 3 roster spots for the next 10 days.
10 days.
And that's just going to result in
5 games.
Yeah, and that's just going to result in the bullpen guys getting more work, and then they're going to get hurt, and then you're screwed, and your season's over before it could really start. It's the middle of the season. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And like you alluded to, Joe, there's so much gray area. It's a joke. And I just don't get how baseball gets away with this shit. Like, imagine they did something like this in the NBA. LeBron would be all over it so quick, and then probably Chris Paul by extent, and it would automatically be. Remember when the NBA was like, we're going to introduce a new ball, and that went over well for like 2 weeks, and then all the players said nope.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened in baseball. Is a couple of years ago they introduced that ball, and and all the pitchers were like, no, this ball's too slick. This ball, we can't get a good grip on it. We can't do this. And then they were like, nope, because what do they want? They want the home runs. They want the runs on the board, because that's what they look. Even if every baseball game was 15-14, you're not going to get more fans. The fans that watch baseball are the fans that are going to watch baseball. We're not going to turn some guy who only watches football into a baseball fan because every game is 15-14. It's not going to happen.
P. Rose always had something interesting about that. He would say, you go to a baseball game, it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, and your team loses 1-0, and you're a baseball fan, you're pissed off. And then the next day you go and it's 15-14. It's a 4-hour game. No one complains. And everyone always talks about baseball being too long. And it's like you said, baseball fans are baseball fans. You're always going to get the casual guys who watch during the playoffs. That's every sport.
Mm-hmm.
But it's baseball. It's not football. It's not like it's 162 games. The more games you have, the less important the games are. So why is anyone going to tune in?
That's the first problem. There's way too many games to follow up with baseball daily.
Like, I like baseball a lot, but I don't follow every game. It's like, all right, I don't even really have a team. I just like a lot of players.
There's nothing like a good Saturday afternoon baseball. You watch the first 3 innings, take a nap, wake up for the last 2 innings, and be good.
It's as simple as that. And like, I think they made some strides going in the right direction, like double headers or 7 innings. That's pretty cool. That's a cool wrinkle.
Yeah, but then they made a stupid rule and put the runner on the base and on second base and extra innings.
Like, I hope that's not in like postseason baseball. It's like, it's so many fluky things can happen to win you a game instead of the best team winning.
I would say this. Look, I'm not the biggest baseball guy. I'm just gonna start off with that. But what I would do is shorten out the season some way or another. Have more, like, make the series shorter. You know what I mean? Throughout the season, but shorten out the amount of games. 162 is just way too much. Have the regular season mean a lot more. Like, that's why the NFL is so successful, and even college football is every game counts. Every game counts. Like Max was saying on our live show a couple weeks ago, like, you miss out on 3 games in the NFL for your team, you're missing out on a good chunk of the season.
It's 30% of the season.
Yeah. And for baseball, you miss out on, like 10 games.
It's
not
10% of the season.
So it's not that big of a deal. I would say shorten out the season, because October baseball, it's great. It's great entertainment. You know what I mean? Once baseball gets going in the playoffs and then in the World Series, like, the atmosphere is it's pumping, bro. Like, every pitch counts. Mm-hmm. So that's what
and then a lot of people are burned out by then too, because like you said, they went the whole damn season.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they get to October, it's like you see them gassed out, and you probably want your best players. Like, I don't know, maybe they should take a look at what that 60-game season did during the COVID season. Yeah. And be like, hey, was this good? Was this quality baseball?
Your pitchers will play more.
Yeah.
The best pitchers will play a lot more.
Do you guys think there's like a public, like, obviously there's a public image, but do you think there's a problem with like the marketability of baseball? Like, I was telling Juan this, I was like, this guy right here, Fernando Tatis, he's like the face of baseball, in my opinion. Like, he's like, it's not Mike Trout. I'm like, he's boring. Like, no one really cares about Mike. He's just great, but no one's like, how many Mike Trout commercials do you guys see?
Yeah. Subway, that's about it.
Well, Mike Trout is the old school great player. He hits the ball. He says, yes, sir. He'll hand the bike. You know, he does what they want. Where Fernando Tatis hits that home run, he throws that bat 30 feet up in the air, slaps his hand a couple of times, and makes fun of the pitcher while he's rounding first base. And he's the new school that people love. And that's why I think that he's I've been saying it since the beginning of the year that Mike Trout is the best player in baseball, but he's fallen behind as like in people's eyes, right? So because I was even going to say that but until he had a bad year, but Mookie Betts was up there with him as of last year. He's kind of fallen down, but Fernando Tatis, and then another guy that nobody's talking about either, Vlad Guerrero Jr. is having one hell of a year,
monster,
and he plays in Toronto, and you're not talking about him. We're blow him up.
Yeah, we're all used to the same old boring baseball games. Like you guys are all saying, that who watches a regular season game unless you're at the regular season game? Hardly anybody, unless you are really a die-hard baseball fan and you're probably retired and like kind of just waiting for your time and relaxing at home watching baseball games all day. But the reason that those guys are sparking so much is because baseball's been so boring. This is some excitement.
And a big part of that too is like maybe, you know, because do you guys know any like young kids or young teenagers that love baseball like that? I don't. And maybe a big thing that they need to do, like they already started doing it, is broadcast more games on like YouTube and make it free. Like the NBA was one of the first sports to introduce like streaming because of the young crowd. Like that was a big part, like with Mark Cuban, of doing that to get the young kids like interested. So like it's a step forward in the right direction with baseball, because I know sooner or later they're going to be having live baseball games on YouTube for free. So like that's a big step too. But
I just think the problem, like Joe said, is kids are drawn to stars. Kids don't want to watch the Lakers. They want to watch LeBron. Mm-hmm. And the problem is when you only have one star in the league and you don't have, like, why isn't Vlad Guerrero, like you said, he's having the best season of anyone right now, I would say, in my opinion, offensively. And he's not getting the credit he deserves. He's not getting the publicity. Like, put him on a goddamn commercial.
Yeah.
Like, blow this guy up. Like, like Mike Trout, he ain't even the most publicized player on his own team. It's Shohei Ohtani. Yep. And deservedly so. Like, that's some, like, why doesn't everyone know who that guy is? He's Babe Ruth. Not as good, probably, but you know what I mean? Like, when was the last time you saw a guy pitching and hitting like this? No one's ever seen it.
Not to that talent.
He should be
not to how good he is.
He should be a celebrity.
But see, like you said, baseball has so many different problems, and one of them is the different networks that they have. The baseball different networks. Yeah, every team has their own damn network. Like, come on, we don't need that, and that's one of the problems is right there, that you can't market it because you're trying to market it, but then the team wants them. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that too much because I don't know. Me and you, we'd probably have to do a whole show on baseball, because from the Hall of Fame to baseball holding down their stars, and maybe it's just me, but NFL players, right? You always hear about NFL players doing camps, doing stuff in the community. You always see the teams out there they're pushing flag football. Baseball players, I'm not going to say that you don't do community service. You don't go out there and do that. Yes, you guys do that. But I never hear like
what's the
Cody Bellinger baseball camp.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what's the equivalent to NFL like cares or NBA cares for baseball? What is that? Yep. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
I don't have it. I don't think off the top of my head, I'd have to look it up. I know the Dodgers have like their Dodger fields or whatever, dream fields, but
you're right. But I'm saying, like, why doesn't have, like, everyone knows NBA cares or NFL Play 60? Where's that for baseball? Like, is it that hard to publicize giving back to the community?
Yeah, I would have to look it up, because that's how bad it is. Like, they're doing it of the marketing of it. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, and then I know, like, people are like, "But baseball is expensive to play." It's every sport's expensive to play.
Football is expensive
to play.
Yes.
Bro, cleats in general are expensive. Don't matter what you playing.
The easiest sport to do is soccer. That's why it's worldwide. That's the cheapest sport to do.
$50 for one.
Exactly. Yeah. Football, real football, tackle football, it's a lot of money. Basketball, I would argue it's pretty cheap. Like, it's you can make your own hoop these days. Like for a basketball, like I've seen people like you don't even have to have concrete these days. I see people playing basketball on like the grass.
I had a crate as my hoop growing up.
Yeah, but football is expensive. Baseball, I don't see that as expensive. I really don't.
Cleats. You could probably borrow your rich best friend's bat at the game.
Well, yeah, isn't that how? I mean, I don't know. I didn't grow up rich or anything like that, but when I played baseball growing up, it's like the league provided each team with like 1 or 2 bats, and they were shitty. And then like your best player, like you said, would bring a couple bats and be like, "Hey, can I use your bat?" Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like baseball kind of has this like thing. It's like ingrained into American culture more than probably any other sport. It's like you always see like, you know, when you're a kid, you think about, oh, we go play a pickup baseball game, which I never got to experience, but I would love to have if anyone played baseball in my area. But I feel like there's just such a disconnect with the youth nowadays, you know, like I feel like when our parents were kids, baseball was like the top dog.
Yeah.
And they've lost their way because they're just archaic. They don't want to get with the times. And it's their own fault. And part of it, you can't be the purest sport. I think baseball is the purest sport, like what it takes. And you have all this cheating going on. Is there another sport where there's more cheating prevalent than baseball?
Well, baseball, there probably is. There's probably a lot of cheating going on in other sports, but baseball, it speaks about all this integrity, and then they go and throw their own players under the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if this was happening in another league, we probably wouldn't be hearing about it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad that the pitchers are really speaking out in this moment right now, because they're basically like coming out and saying, you know, your Glass now is Bauer and all these other guys. They're saying everyone is doing this. Every single one of us is doing this because we have to do this. This is why we have to do this. And they explain, you know, the injuries and everything. So that's why I like and I commend them speaking out like this. It's kind of a risky move for them because they're basically coming out and saying, yes, we've been doing this for decades.
And they're going to be renegotiating their collective bargaining agreement later this year. And it's all going to get thrown on the table.
See, and baseball told them at the beginning of the year, don't change anything. We will not enforce any rules about pitching substance this year. Do not change.
JK. Just kidding.
And 3 months into the season, they're like, got you.
You mean Rob Manfred was like, fingers were crossed.
Is there any chance that this escalates?
What, 8 no-hitters later, they're like, okay, that's enough.
But also the way they make the balls an effing joke. Like they change that shit up every year, you know. And Juan, I don't know if you know this, or maybe I'm sure Joe knows. Like MLB owns the people that make the ball, and no one's allowed to know how it's made. It's like the super secret process. It's like, what are you guys hiding? Because 1 year the ball's going out the park, and it's like me and you could hit it out because the ball's so juiced, and now it's like a dead ball. And I think pitchers are right. It's slick. Like I went and I bought a baseball like a week ago, and it's like a Major League Baseball. I don't know if it's the same, but like it's slick. It's slick as shit. Yeah, I can't grab it.
You got mudded down.
Yeah.
You're holding a bounty ball.
There's somebody's job at the stadium to mud those balls. They open the new ball and they put mud on it. And Trevor Bauer even talks about it, but he says by the time they get it, the mud's already done. It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Just imagine you have to go play a basketball game and then the ref just starts rolling on the floor with the ball and trying to F it up. Like that's how stupid the ball should come like pre-rubbed, or they should make it so it's grippable to start with. Like,
well, it's kind of like the NFL kind of does that in a way with the footballs.
You mean you got to inflate them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the kickers, like, you know, kickers and quarterbacks, just all around, like different position groups and all that. Like they like their balls just different, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody likes their balls different.
Like the material of the ball is the problem, you know.
Yeah.
It's the feel of the balls that are different for everybody. So you gotta feel your balls, find the ones that you like.
Jesus Christ.
Did your dad walk in on that one too?
No, he walked in like 10 minutes ago and like flipped us off and was like, really? And I don't, because we were quiet because one of you guys was talking, so I don't think he realized like we were on.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if I should say this, but like we'll walk into the game, like we'll watch a game with him, me and Juan, and he'll be calling the other guys like, look at these tea bags. Look at them. He hates Harden. He'll always call Harden a tea bag. I don't know why.
Well, he made a good conversation for the show, but I guess we better be wrapping it up because I think we've been talking for a long time. But
what time do we start? Oh wow, I didn't look at the clock.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Max and Juan Cast. You guys can find them on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We already said no TikTok because they don't want to be TikTok dancing like Mike. No Facebook. So don't check him out there, but check him out on the other spots. You guys have any parting thoughts?
Just shout out to the Warzone Sports Network, bro. Shout out to you guys. This was a long time in the making. I know I probably started off with we both started off with Tony Tucker. I think that's where like the branch started off. But I'm excited, bro. Like, we need to have you guys on our show. Hopefully this is not the last time that we do this. But I had a great time, bro, in my part.
You know, this is only the second one of these I've done, right, guys? So,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, people ask for me, and Juan's like, "Can you do it?" I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm too busy." I'm a busy guy, so I really wanted to do this. So I really appreciate you guys giving me a chance to come on, because Juan does these. I'm like the ghost. I feel like nobody knows me on the podcast. Nobody.
Well, that's what I was
knows.
gonna say. We're gonna have to get you on a live with us.
I'm down for baseball. I've been on like a baseball for like kick the last couple of years.
Once NBA is done, we were already planning on doing a bunch of live baseball games.
Oh, I'm in on that. And if I ever find out who Tony Tucker is, just kidding, I know who he is.
Not everybody can be a Tony Tucker. We made a shirt like that.
I seen that.
Are
Shout
you
out to
serious?
Tony, man.
Yeah, Tony Tucker, man. He's a guy.
He's in the Lakers emotional group with us.
Yeah, we've been crying it out together.
He's the head of it.
He brought some scented candles,
Yeah.
rubbing our shoulders, talking us off the ledge.
Well, maybe you guys could talk Tony Tucker into not becoming a Charger fan because he's leaning that way.
Got him.
Isn't he a Pittsburgh fan?
He's all over the place.
He's all over the place. He
Who's
got
his
mad
team?
at him.
Right now, I gotta get him off the Browns to get him over here. To
Wait, who's his actual team?
He likes Brett Favre. That's it.
I thought it was Steelers. I thought he had Steelers jerseys that one day.
He said Steelers. He said Packers. He's
Jets.
all over the place.
You know, Tony, there's one thing people don't like, and that's someone who doesn't have a team. No one likes Switzerland because they can't pick a side. They're great. Sweden, you're great, or whatever.
The upcoming high voltage talk show needs a co-host, Tony.
That's what you guys
Anyways,
are on the
on that note,
Merger podcast, the high voltage.
Yep.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
okay.
high voltage.
Charger up. What's it? Bolt up. Bolt up.
Perfect to the Super Bowl.
The Max and Juan cast. You guys, Max and Juan, you guys came on here. You guys did great. We're gonna head out of here, guys. If you guys are watching, Mike, see you guys. I'll see you on Friday night.
Unfortunately.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Step into the war zone.